They didn't mock her when she entered. The room only broke when she tried to sit down. That's when the laughter started. The corporate lawyer tilted his head, amused. This isn't boot camp, Ms. Bennett. This is a compliance hearing. A few quiet chuckles rolled through the gallery. Executives in tailored suits leaned back, confident. One checked his watch. Another scrolled his phone. The CEO of the energy company didn't even look at her. Sarah Bennett stood there in a faded field jacket and scuffed boots, posture straight out of habit. She didn't respond. She kept her eyes forward, the same way she had in briefings overseas, the same way she had when things went bad. The lawyer continued. She wants to be treated like a hero, but this is a workplace negligence case, not a war story. He gestured dismissively at her service ribbons. Those don't qualify you to ignore company protocol. The judge raised an eyebrow but said nothing. Not yet. What they didn't know was who Sarah really was. 14 years in the U.S. Army. Combat engineer. 5 deployments. She trained others to survive ambushes. She walked point through corridors no one else wanted to enter. Her job had been to find danger before it found everyone else. When she came home, she took a job at a remote refinery as a safety compliance officer. Long shifts, minimal pay, no complaints, until the night the alarms failed. 2:11 a.m. Sarah smelled gas where there shouldn't have been any. The sensors were silent. Control systems offline. Someone had bypassed them during a software update inside the processing unit. Pressure was climbing fast. 23 workers were on shift. Protocol said wait for authorization. Her training said there wasn't time. Sarah ran. She entered the sealed toxic pressure chamber alone. Locked the door behind her. Manual release. Her hands shook as she vented the primary line. The air burned her lungs. Her vision blurred. The release wasn't clean. It wasn't approved. The explosion that followed scorched steel and shattered fireproof glass. Sarah was thrown into a barrier. Burns on her arms. Cracked ribs. Temporary vision loss. But the refinery didn't ignite. 23 people walked out alive. The fire marshal called it a miracle. The company called it a violation. They fired her while she was still in recovery. Cause: unauthorized action, financial damage, failure to follow chain of command, no benefits, no medical coverage. Back in court, the lawyer leaned forward. Ms. Bennett chose to play soldier instead of employee, he said. She panicked. That's when the judge finally spoke. Panic? He said calmly. He flipped through the incident logs, the emergency data, the expert reports. This woman had 90 seconds, the judge continued. If she had waited for approval, we'd be discussing funerals. The lawyer opened his mouth. The judge raised a hand. You hired her for danger, he said, then punished her for surviving it. Silence filled the room. The judge turned to Sarah. Your actions reflect discipline, judgment, and courage. The verdict followed. Full compensation, lifetime medical coverage, mandatory public apology, corporate sanctions. Outside the courtroom, one of the refinery workers approached her, hands shaking. You saved us, he said. Sarah nodded once.